Hey everyone, I'm Mindy from CuteGirlsHairstyles and welcome back to Mom Minute. Thank you guys for sending in all of your questions as well. Today we are going to talk about role models. Now, I know as a parent you want your kids to have good role models, and kids these days love to look up to all of like the professional athletes and actors and even musicians. I know I have a daughter that loves Taylor Swift. But sometimes as a parent, I feel like they're not always the best people to look up to as role models. So when I saw this question from Caroline, it really caught my eye. Caroline asks, what do you think of our current celebrity influencers for young children? Here's my personal take on celebrity role models. I think it's like anything else in life. You can find good and you can find bad. It just depends on what you're looking for. So as a parent, if you're wanting your kids to look for good role models, encourage them to find good ones. Maybe a good example might be somebody like a Zendaya or another Disney type of star that's a little bit more tame and age appropriate. But you can also find people like Amanda Bynes, who right now is really struggling and might not be the best role model for your little kids. So as a parent, my job would be to step in and encourage the, child to like Zendaya, or if they do like her, then encourage that, maybe get a poster of her, that type of thing, and encourage them to notice the good things that she's doing. Now, on the flip side, I also think that the ones that are maybe not as good a role models can also be teaching moments for kids. So if you think that Amanda Bynes is struggling right now, go ahead and talk about that with your child. Talk about the choices that they're making and the things that are happening in her life as consequences of those choices. Those are all teaching moments for you to talk to your kids and explain to them and hopefully impress upon them some of the things you would like to see them doing in their lives. But most importantly for me, it's just teaching my kids that real life role models are really a lot more important than Hollywood role models. So for me, I really stress and encourage my kids to find a role model in their grandma, or me, of course, as their mother. I'd love that if they thought I was a role model. Or even like some church leaders or whatever it may be. The local dentist that they just love. I don't know. Anything like that that they look up to, that they can have a close relationship with. Definitely foster and encourage those relationships. I know that when I was growing up, my parents took me to church and we did have some youth church leaders. And because I was a teenager and going through that rebellious stage where you don't really want to do everything with your mom, you kind of feel like you need to break out a little bit. I got really close with some other church leader, and that was a great example for me. And I loved having that relationship with them. And I still today get birthday cards from one of them every year without fail. So even though she was, my mom's age, we still had this really great relationship. And she was definitely a role model for me. I'd love to hear who your role models are or who you're encouraging your children to look up to. I'll be here every week answering your parenting questions, so make sure and keep them coming. Leave a comment below or tweet at The Mom's View, #MomMinute. Subscribe for more episodes, and we will see you guys next time. Bye! In terms of discipline with my kids, as far as keeping their rooms clean, I think that it varies from age to age. I'm not sure that you're gonna find a technique that works with an infant that's gonna work all the way up to a 17-year-old. For example, with my baby, if we just start singing the cleanup song from Sesame Street, she goes crazy and starts picking up the toys and putting them away because she just thinks that's really funny.